stay in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Here's Bazemore, defended by Paul. To the wing on the left. Teague kicks to Millsap. Clock at 6. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Teague and Korver are the guards. Millsap at power forward with Horford at the center. And it's Bazemore at the 3 slot.
His eyes just simply light up when he gets that close to the bucket. And you just know what he's going to do with the basketball. Nice pass that time. What excellent vision by Jeff Teague out there.
Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Now here's Paul. He dishes it to Reddick. Uncovered. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And stolen by Jeff Teague. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Paul with the screen for Griffin. Picked by Griffin. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Horford.
If you look at Chris Paul, you're looking at a guy who really is the standard bearer of point guards. I mean, he can pass, he can score, he plays great defense. He also competes. But what makes him the floor general that all others are measured against, really the instincts and leadership.
Here's Millsap. No good with the layup.
4 or 5 to start the game. That's their first miss.
Outside Jordan. And stolen by Horford. And here we go again. Atlanta on the break. They get it back. Here's Millsap. Outside Teague. Back to Millsap. Here's Bazemore. Soft touch off the glass. Bazemore's got 6 points. Going back to Chris Paul, if you could build a point guard from scratch, Clark, he might be the model.
Yeah, I tell you what, you could do much worse than him, that's for sure. One of the very best. 6 times he's led the NBA in steals. Just an incredible all-around player. One of the greatest team leaders, I think, in the history of the league as well.
Over the last 2 seasons, he's led the league in assists. You're right. The rejection by Paul. .156 left to play in the first quarter. 6 to shoot. Jordan at the elbow. Shot from 12. That misses off the backboard.
His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
And James with the basket on the assist by Bosh. 16 points for LeBron.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And Phoenix making a change here. Barbosa's checked in. And Miami also making a switch. Shane Battier is checked in for James. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And it's Wade with the jam.
Reversed that one home. Now that was nice, real nice.
The agility on this one.
Yeah, you love that body.
How about the power and grace on that finish?
And the Suns call time.
Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Here's Barbosa. The shot is off. And Miami the other way now.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Here's Stoudemire. Can't throw it down with one hand.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
Rebounded by Battier.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Wade. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Heat have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Suns trail by 15. Stoudemire with a screen on Chalmers. Barbosa kicks to Stoudemire.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he cashed that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, maybe a change of the game plan right now, looking at some different sets because of the matchups.
Yeah, I agree with you because they're looking to tweak things to maybe get those matchups working in their favor.
Bosch misses.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Stoudemire having a good one. 10 points, and he's tacked on a couple of blocks today, too.
And they've been important to the team. Even if it's only a couple, it's helped them establish a defensive presence inside.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
The drive by Bosch. Here's Wade. Good, and it's Bosch picking up the assist. 27 points for Dwayne Wade.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Hunter's checked in for Stoudemire. And it's Jackson in for Richardson. Then for the Heat, Miller's checked in for Haslam. Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. And Cole subbed in for Mario Chalmers.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead. Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And so the ball out of bounds. Bosch touched it last.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
The Suns making a switch here. Outlaws checked in. James checked in for Miami. Johnson outside. And he banks in the layup. Johnson's got 6.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
LeBron kicks to Bosch. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Bosch has been having his way out there. He's got 8 points, and he's made some good decisions with the basketball, too.
And being smart with the ball like he's been today, Clark, I think it's critical for him and them. He should repeat that every game.
Nash is checked in for Leandro Barbosa. And he gets it to go. 19 points for Nash.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
3-on-3. .51 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Another one falls for Phoenix.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
They set the pick to the inside. And it's Outlaw slamming it down again.
Grown man's power flush with the long hang on the rim at the end of it.
Clark, that could be a catch.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the road.
And that one's good.
And how does he get that one to go? No idea.
I don't have an idea either. A little heat check there, but, yep, he's still cooking, and, Greg, he's cooking with gas.
Here's LeBron. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. Well, it's been an exciting game. And the final period of play just about to start. Suns trail by 8. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. We've got Haslam. Chalmers is out there with Dwayne Wade. And it's LeBron James. And it's Miller in at the 3, the small forward.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Back to Wade. And it's on its way from Chalmers for 2. That one off the back iron and out. Marion dishes to Richardson. Here's Stoudemire. Great D that time from LeBron.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
And Nash, here we go. That one goes. Count it. Nash has got 10 points here in the second half.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Pass to Marion. From deep, Richardson. Richardson missing again.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities.
LeBron passes to Wade. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And the Suns call time. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Phoenix's head coach address his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
Here's Nash. And the rejection by LeBron. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for the Suns. Nash kicks to Stoudemire. Nash against James. Inside. Stoudemire. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And now the Suns, a fast break. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Barbosa.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
Nash against James. Nash drawing the double team. LeBron against Stoudemire. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way. And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to stop the bleeding. Things were starting to spiral completely out of control, and I think a timeout was a no-brainer there.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for the Suns. The Heat also with a sub. Bosch is checked in. Wade against Richardson. Wade kicks to Chalmers. Back to Wade. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Suns trailing. Marion outside. The offensive rebound. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And stolen by James. Wade drives in. Here's Chalmers. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. And the Heat lead by 4. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Miami.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
Wade with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. And the foul called on Joe Johnson. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Here's James. And he drops it in from the low post. LeBron's got 22 points.
It's as if the defenses have just given up.
Yeah, you know, the pace has only picked up the deeper we've gotten into this game, which is remarkable. It speaks to the endurance and stamina of these teams, and it's also been a lot of fun to watch.
Clock at 6. And here's Nash outside, and it's Miami with the rebound. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Nash has got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
Johnson outside. Passes it to Stoudemire. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's going to be on Udonis Haslem.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped.
Time here. They trail by 2. 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
With this much time left on the clock, I try to shoot from as close to the basket as possible because that way you have enough time for a quick putback if you miss.